Hey everyone, Delphi Group here with the weekly market report that we put out every Tuesday. So let's just dive right into it. Okay, first things first, we're going over, remember we put out a bonus play last week on CNC, which I have the CNC daily chart here. We put out the buy signal here on this candle off the Delphi signal. Okay, it was roughly trading, I believe, around 54 and a half or so, right towards the close. And we said that we felt like it was going to hold here, okay, to head higher to at least fill this gap, okay? If you remember, the moving average was right around here, okay, the 20 day, that's the 20 day. And we said that while this is going to be going up, the moving average will be moving down, and that will provide resistance. Okay, so this target and this forecast has hit, perfectly here. You can see here was our buy, and yesterday it filled that gap. Okay, so and now the moving average is right there, and we have a bearish engulfing candle. Okay. So if you did take this trade, hopefully you closed out on the gap fill yesterday. If you took a trade and you're still in it, we would be getting out as soon as possible tomorrow morning. Again, this wasn't a big move. It was about $1.50 move higher, but still the chart ended up playing out. That's all we do here is read charts. Anybody can do what we do here if you know what to look for and if you practice looking at charts. So CNC target and outlook did hit. Okay, let's go to the Qs, and then I'm going to look at the indexes here, and then we're going to jump to Trading View. I want to look at IWM on Trading View and throwing in Bitcoin at the end. All right, so the Qs here, again, I said this before last week. The markets just keep boringly move higher, okay? Just moving higher. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to pay attention to the volume, okay? You can see last week's target did hit. If this was the only index I said that would go down right off the bat, so that target did hit there on QQQ. Again, all our targets are hitting. So we have, again, just inching up. And the volume, higher volume today, I mean, the stochastic and our indicators below are still in overbought territory. Okay, and this goes for all the charts. The CCI overbought, stochastic overbought. But again, we need to watch the volume. Okay, so this line up here is the all-time high line. Okay, I do not think we are going to break out on the first try. Okay, I think we'll get up here. We have some of our market sentiment indicators starting to look overbought. We have our cycle line is hitting next week. Again, if you want to learn about all these things, education, look at all the things that we do in our Delphi room, just visit the website and get more information to join. So for now, because of the volume, I'm going to go up on the Qs, but it's not going to be a crazy target, okay? So I got my line here. I'm going to go up just a little bit towards 538, okay? Somewhere there, okay? And then we'll have to see, if we start to see the volume go down again, I would expect it to reverse, okay? Something similar, if I jump to the SPY, something similar to what I said last week here. If we look at the SPY last week, if you remember, okay, made a two-part forecast here. Both those targets hit, going up and then going down. And if you remember what I said that if we get the volume drop here on the next day, which was the 4th, then watch the volume drop because then we could go lower. And if we look down below, what happened? We see that red volume drop the next day, and then we got the move lower. So both our targets hit there. Kind of thinking we're going to see the same thing now. Okay, like I just said on the Qs, We do have a higher volume bar today, but again, stochastic way overbought, and I'm sorry, the CCI way overbought, as well as the stochastic. And again, this is all-time high line right there, that red line. So because of the volume, I'm just going to go up a little bit. But again, I would not surprise me if we see very similar price action here from last week. Okay, so I'm just going to go up a little more, not crazy. Just going to go up a little more. And then again, we have to watch for a volume drop, because then we could go back down. Maybe to test the top of this channel the SPY was in. Okay, so watch the volume. Okay, we're going to start turning more bearish again because of some indicators we'll talk about next week. But for now, I'm going up just a little bit on the SPY. Okay, and talking about multiple forecasts, let's go back and look at the IWM here. Okay, whoa, let's get out of there. Okay, so our forecast from last week did hit. Okay, but if we go back 2 weeks to our forecast here, we nailed a 4-part forecast here on the IWM. Nobody is doing this anywhere. Okay, you can bring whoever you want to us. Nobody, number one, is hitting all these. Look at all these white forecasts that hit here on the IWM, right? All of their forecasts are hitting. And 2 weeks ago, we made a 4-part forecast. We said we would go up and then go down. You can see those two forecast targets hit. We said the volume would drop, and there's the volume drop on that red one. That target and forecast hit. And then we said the CCI would start to go lower, and that ended up happening. So 4-0 2 weeks ago on that forecast. Okay, so again, our target last week did hit right there. And what are we looking at now? I'm going to jump to TradingView in a minute, but just for the forecast, okay, look at something different here as opposed to the other indexes. We do have a volume drop today. CCI has a hinge. Okay, it could be a pivot. We'll just say it's a hinge, but the CCI is hinging way overbought. And look, stochastic is almost off the map, overbought. And that is a borderline spinning top, shooting star. Okay, kind of spinning tops. You can see there's a spinning top right there. Okay, there was another one there when we went down. So unlike the other indexes, I'm going lower here on the IWM. Okay, we also have an open gap here and then another small open gap there. There's 2 open gaps below. Okay, I do think there's a possibility that even the second open gap down here near that big level we talked about, 210, could fill. But I am going to go straight lower now, okay, towards that first open gap. Okay, it would not surprise me if the second one filled and we head down to 210. Full disclosure, we entered some puts today on IWM, some short-term puts for our Delphi room for the community. Okay, so that's IWM, what I am looking at. So let's move to TradingView. Okay, so here we are in TradingView. We're going to look at, let me go to IWM first, then I'll get to Bitcoin, because I do want to show again what's happening here on IWM. Okay, so again, we talked about this bullish head and shoulders pattern, okay, last week. Okay, we did break out from the pattern. Okay, now if you remember, if you go back to last week, I talked about if we break out, I said it would not surprise me if we head to this resistance line, okay, pull back, test the pattern as support, and then we'd have to see, maybe move higher. Okay, then you would have a confirmed breakout, in my opinion. Okay, so we'll have to see. Again, I already said I was going lower towards that first gap, and then we'll have to see. If it does come back down, does it find support and bounce, which would be bullish, or does it fail? Okay, this line here that you see, that blue line, is the cycle line I just talked about. Okay, so this cycle line is, has only been wrong once in 2 years. We trade it, and we have traded it extremely well. You can see back here, we traded it, we loaded up on index puts here for that dump, and then also we bought calls here. So you can just see here the last 2 times how it has reversed. Okay, so now we'll have to see what happens here. If the indexes keep creeping up, could be a good chance that line is a reversal down. Okay, but anyway, for now, the pattern is active, and we'll just have to watch. Do we get a retest, or do we keep going higher? 90% of the times, patterns get tested at least once. Okay, very rarely do you see a pattern just go straight up. Okay, so that's IWM. Let's go to Bitcoin, kind of as a bonus, because there's some things going on here with Bitcoin. Okay, so remember we talked about how we've been pro crypto for a long time now, but remember we talked about last week, we felt like this level here was going to hold. Okay, and you can see hold it did. Okay, we cashed out a lot of our crypto calls yesterday. Okay, basically right at the highs, we closed a lot of our crypto calls out yesterday for next week. Okay, you could say, well, why did you close out those calls if you're so bullish? Well, this level is a huge level now. Okay, for a few reasons. Here, this is the new all-time high. Okay, we have now formed this very bullish large cup and handle pattern, okay, because we came down now and went back up. This pattern points to, almost 150,000, okay? I do think we're going to get there at some point this year, but that's why this level is so big, okay? So a lot of times, most of the times, what do? When we see an important level like this and we're making money on our position, okay, we cash out and then we wait. Okay, we wait for either the breakout and then we'll re-enter, or if we start to pull back, then maybe we'll buy back again. Okay, so that's why we exited. We cashed out a lot of our positions for the community yesterday. Okay, but we're still very bullish crypto, and now you have to watch this pattern. Okay, so if we take out the all-time high and this pattern's active, look out. It would not surprise me if we get to 125,000 or maybe 125,000 on this first breakout move. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. We continue to crush it for the community. Okay, and speaking of the community, let's jump to the Delphi room just to kind of show you guys what we're doing on the crypto side for you crypto bulls out there, okay, crypto traders. And here we are in the Delphi room. We are in our crypto futures channel here that Leviathan, our crypto and day trader, has just been crushing it. He is the absolute best. I will even say he's the best in the world at trading crypto short term, okay? And you can see here what he did today. Just a complete rocket ship explosion, whatever you want to call it. Made over 160% on this Bitcoin trade that he put out. Okay, so he continues to crush it for the community. We also do, for those who don't like short-term crypto trading, we do have long-term investment channel that you can see here, our crypto model folio, where a lot of our long-term plays are crushing it. And again, how does this spill over into the community? Well, this is how it spills over into the community. Patience here, posting today, because we have been looking at Ethereum, which is another crypto, and we have talked about Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin the rest of this year, and so far so good. Okay, we made that forecast a couple weeks ago. As you can see here, he says we've been tracking Ethereum breakout for almost 1 month. And just look at that trade he put on Ethereum. Complete explosion, over 750%. Okay, so congrats to him. And this is what we do here at Delphi. Nobody does what we do here. So please, again, like, subscribe. Please get the word out. Tell people we're here. Again, we're here to help traders become and, more importantly, stay profitable. So we'll see you guys next Tuesday and see how our forecast did next week. Take care.